Hi, I'm Debbie Hartner. I'm Elsie Johnson. We are two sisters, Southern Cooking. Back in the kitchen with my sister. It's been a week and we always look forward to getting together and having a great time. So Elsie, what's new around here?
Well, evidently you haven't heard. Mom says that all the chickens that they've hatched from eggs in the incubator has started laying eggs now. So they have 30 chickens now that are laying eggs. So we're going to be overrun with eggs pretty soon.
So I guess Mom said that they were laying like 3 and 4 a day, so she was proud to announce that she had 8 to go towards our dinner. So.
Pretty soon it's going to be more than 8. It's going to be closer to 20 something.
So we came over the other day and we were out in the yard and I could hear these chickens and they were making the noise. And then all of a sudden Morris says to us, he goes, I think they just laid their egg. And I said, yeah, what a relief it is for chickens. They're laying their eggs. But anyway,
tell them what you used to say.
Oh, God. Elsie, don't do this to me. So when we were kids, we grew up on a farm, and we had chickens that laid eggs. That was, part of what, it happened because that fed us, So we had these chickens, and they were...
the memories, little things trigger them.
Elsie, I don't want to say it. Okay, so when I was a kid, we knew when the chickens were laying their eggs because they would always make a loud clucking noise. And I would say, cluck, 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 look what I did. I said the chickens would always notify us, hey, I got some eggs in the pen. And so we would run out there and grab the eggs up, and that was dinner for the night. So
yeah, you had to be careful with eggs because snakes like to go in there, and I'm definitely afraid of snakes.
Yeah, me too. We're farmer girls, but we don't like snakes. So
no.
So anyway, so what are we making today? Elsie, then we had a follower that actually requested this. This is a poppy seed torte, and we're going to add a little twist to it because we're going to put a little mascarpone icing on the top of it to give it a little kick. And inside it has a filling that is almost like a pudding-like filling, and it's several layers. So this is for you, Kathy Doll. We are so excited to be able to share this with you. Now this actually has 45 minutes of hands-on for this recipe, but it takes a total of 5.5 hours, I believe. So we have to soak the poppy seeds for an hour in milk and vanilla, and we love vanilla. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the poppy seeds, and we're just going to get them all soaking here and pour in the vanilla.
Stir them up so that you make sure they're all coated, and that way they can soak correctly.
So we have so much to tell you guys this week. We've got so many different things we want to share with you because there's so much has happened. So we will be sharing it in our videos. But anyways, we're going to let this sit for 1 hour. And in the meantime, we let our eggs, egg yolks, egg whites, and our butter sit at room temperature for 30 minutes. And then we'll get everything combined together with our dry ingredients, and we'll be back. Hey guys, it's Debbie and Elsie. So we're back with the second step of our poppy seed torte. And it's kind of tedious, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it's pretty detailed, a lot of steps.
So when Kathy Doll contacted me, she said she never made it herself, but her grandma used to make it, and she told me, she said, I think it's a little complicated.
It's a lot complicated.
But anyway, we did it for you, and I can't wait to try it. So the second step of this is you have to make the filling that goes between the layers of the cake. And because it has to cool, it takes a little while to cool in the refrigerator. So what we're going to do is go ahead and put our pan on our little single burner. I've already mixed up our cornstarch and our sugar, and that's in here. And it said slowly add in your milk. The eggs is going to be the last thing that I add in. And the reason is because it's going to scramble them if we're not careful. Because it will temper them. So. Okay, so we're back. After a bunch of little faux pas and whatnot, and Ben interrupting us, we're back. So, I wanted to tell you that I have some news for you.
What's that?
The movie that I was in back in 2015 got a distribution deal, and we're going to be in Walmart by December 15th.
Awesome.
Amazon, Target, all the big stores. So I'm excited. So if you go into Target or Walmart and you see my picture in there, don't be surprised. The new name for the film is Summer Daydream. And it is a kid's story. It should be on either Lifetime or Hallmark Channel, one of those channels, because it's a great movie. It's a kid-centered movie and it's just amazing. So I'm pretty excited about that. We have a group in California that is representing the company, and so that's what's going to happen. So we're excited.
That film actually won a lot of film festivals.
Yes, it did. I won actually Best Supporting Actress twice for that film, and I was very humbled by that because my job, my day job is I am a nurse in the emergency room, as you all know, and my second job full-time is I am a filmmaker and also an actress. And when COVID-19 happened, we all moved back home closer to our families because of some family issues when we had some health problems with Mom. And it changed my life when I moved here because it became relevant to me that family was the most important thing to me. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't about making movies. It wasn't about being a filmmaker. It wasn't about being an artist and doing what I was doing. I soon found out that everything that I needed in my life at this moment is right here.
It's always one door closes, another opens. That's the way it is.
And yes, it is. It's true.
It really is.
We are truly, Elsie and I are truly blessed to be able to have each other, to be able to do what we're doing right now. And it's amazing to have this experience with my sister because you know what? I would have never thought in a million years that we would have a cooking show. Mm-mm. In a million years, but it fell into our laps. Everything happens for a reason. So we're coming up to the end of this here. Everything is thickening up pretty nicely. And I'm going to go ahead and put in my vanilla. So I can't wait. We're going to see it in the stores. And it's also pre-ordered on Amazon.com and Walmart. I saw it last night. And I just kind of like hit my husband in the arm and I said, look at this. This is surreal that you see your picture.
What was your role in it? I mean, who did you play?
I played the mom, and what happened was the father had passed away. My husband in the movie had passed away, and I had no choice but to
use this.
Yeah, I had no choice but to move where I had work, and the children didn't want to leave, and they were going through life crises, the kids themselves. So when that was said and done, they ended up moving anyways, but they wanted to get money from a film festival, so they were trying to make a film to be able to save their house so they wouldn't have to sell it and move because they had all their friends there. And it was a coming of age movie. Amazingly written by a group of young artists from Liberty University and headed by Mitch Hudson, who directed it.
And what most people don't know, Liberty University is a Christian university.
That's correct. And it was based on coming of age and life experiences. And I'm telling you, this film truly embodied everything wholesome, family oriented, everything that we have right here in our home.
Right.
And that's the most important thing, is family. And that movie was about family and people learning to realize that they needed each other. They needed to depend upon their friends. They needed to depend upon their family and love one another. And that's the whole purpose of our show now. So it's like I've come full circle.
Yeah.
We have come full circle.
Yep.
So we're excited to have that movie come out on December the 15th. It is a national release. And I'm not sure if it's going to go into theaters or not. I know it had a brief theater release, but that movie had won
Every film festival it went to, it won something.
25 different awards for that film, over that actually. And it was just incredible to be a part of it.
Originally it was called Technicolor Daydream, but because Technicolor is a trademark name, I read that they made him change the name of the film, so they settled on Summer Daydream. Which it kind of makes sense because you don't want summer to end, and that's what it sounds like. And they're trying to keep things from ending.
And it also occurred in the summer too.
Right.
The film
So
did.
it kind of all makes sense just to name it that. So
I'm telling you, the actors and actresses in this film, every last one of them, were so good. And the child actors, which are now almost adults because it was 5 years ago,
Right.
and they were like 11,
True.
12 years old, just absolutely
it doesn't seem like
phenomenal.
it's been 5 years. I mean, it's been a whirlwind.
Yeah, it has.
Like it only seems like a year ago that it started.
Yeah, it does. It does. So what I'm going to do, because this does have a little bit of clumps in it, I am going to strain it before I put it into our bowl and get all of the clumps out, and then we will put it up in the refrigerator and let it set. So that's my news for the week. And I have something else on our next video I'm going to share too, of what else we have going on too. Some of my filmmaker friends in Philadelphia have some exciting news and stuff going on too, so I think it's a pretty amazing time. I mean, you make life what it is. If you want to sit in your house and be scared and not to live your life to the fullest, you can live your life to the fullest and be precautious. But I think having your family so close to you, and this means the world to me. It really does.
It goes back to the saying, faith over fear.
Absolutely. And you know what? We have to live that with everything that we have.
Yep.
Because if we don't have faith to know that we're going to overcome this, you're going to sit there and you're going to wither away.
That's it.
So I am just truly blessed. I'm truly blessed beyond measure. And I don't regret one day of moving from the Philly, New York area to move down here to help with my family, because it has been a true joy being with my sister and my mom and my brother and my brother-in-law.
We have so
And my
much fun.
stepmother.
We do. We literally do.
We laugh our way through our day.
Today we've been playing 80s music.
Yes.
I mean, we've been just dancing around, having a blast.
So if you
And
ever...
Taylor rolling her eyes at us because she's like, Lord have mercy.
Yeah,
These old women in here dancing.
I'm sure there's going to be videos popping up on Instagram or one of those social medias saying, look at these old women trying to dance the 80s dance. Yeah.
Trying to do the robot and
We're having a great
we're
time.
having fun.
Yes, we are. Life is too short. Give it your best. Okay, so this is our third phase of the cake. So there is a total of 5 phases. Holy Mother God in heaven. Love you, Kathy. So you put in 1.5 sticks of butter. So it's like a 3/4 cups that equals. And you're going to cream this for about 30 seconds to a minute. And we will go ahead and just start this up. We're gonna add in our sugar after that, and so we're gonna cream it until smooth. So today we're celebrating Morris's birthday. Elsie made 2 chocolate cream pies for him. They're very simple, and they taste so good. They're just delicious. And she put some chocolate on top of it, and then Taylor made some calligraphy with a chocolate pen that said happy birthday on it. So we're kind of excited to see how that turns out. So I'm going to slowly start adding in the sugar. Putting in a little bit of our milk combination and then our dry combination with our flour and our baking soda. Okay. So what else are we having today?
We're having fried pork chops, lima beans, rice, cornbread, and the desserts.
So we're going to make the cornbread we made 2 weeks ago because it was so good that we got requests to make it again, so we're going to make it again.
And I'm also making fresh green beans.
So, the life of living on the farm. We need to make some fried green tomatoes. Anybody out there want to see us do a fried green tomato recipe?
Maybe we'll try to work that in next week. We'll have to pick our menu yet.
Yeah. So if you have any suggestions about food and stuff, just give us a holler. As long as it's not too crazy.
I think next week that we want to try to do a chocolate chess pie. We've been thinking about that a lot. I did a chess pie before, and it was really good.
Right.
But anything chocolate's good. So I'm thinking about doing a chocolate chess pie next week. And we're going to utilize the dough that was left over from the buttermilk pie that she did. We put it in the freezer because it made 2 crusts basically. And for her pie, she only needed 1 crust. For the chess pie, you only need 1 crust. So we're going to utilize her pie crust that she had left over.
Yeah,
it's in the freezer.
So good.
And
I want to make a apple pear pie soon
I
too.
know. I want to do an apple pie with, it is apple season in Georgia now. And we were going to try to go to an apple orchard. I don't know if we're going to make it or not in time. I would still love to do that, but we have to figure that out yet.
Yep.
But I want to do an apple pie with the crust that has cheddar cheese in the crust, because I've had it before. I made it, I'm going to say 2-3 years ago, and it was really, really good. I mean, it just gives the crust a little bit different flavor than a regular crust. And if you didn't know there was cheese in it, you would just wonder what was in it, because it does taste a little different, but it's good.
It's
really
like
good.
buttermilk, honestly, because you don't know that the buttermilk is in there. You just know that it has a hint of a tang,
Right.
but you really don't know. But that buttermilk pie was off the chain good.
It was.
Yeah.
Uncle Junior said that it was very, very good.
He liked it?
I think he had it yesterday morning.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He had his.
And he was wondering when we were going to make it again?
He didn't say that, because Uncle Junior don't live here. That's Morris's brother, and that's our Aunt Nancy, Mom's sister's ex-husband. So we have one of the I am my own grandpa kind of scenarios going on here, because
Morris is our stepdad.
is our stepdad, and my mom married him, I think 6 years ago.
6 years.
And she knew him previously many, 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 many years ago.
Actually, they were first boyfriend and girlfriend.
They were engaged many,
Yeah.
many, 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 many years ago. Well, Mom's sister Nancy was married to Morris's brother. Many, many, many moons ago. But Uncle Junior is in town visiting, and and we gave him a couple pieces of the buttermilk pie, and he told me yesterday when he saw me, he's like, that was very good. He said that pie was very, very good.
I'm telling you, it's so sweet, and you don't even taste the buttermilk, and you don't taste it in the crust either, because the crust, it reminded me of like a store-bought crust, because it was so smooth. It was really smooth.
And honestly, I've not been having a very good week health-wise. So at that point, my system was whacked out, and they had tried me on some new medicines, and I was having issues with being nauseous and stuff. So I didn't get to enjoy my piece that I did have.
So we'll have to do it again.
So I ate about half of a piece of it, and then I started getting sick. Not anything against her, it's just
Thanks a lot, sis.
but they finally figured out what was causing it, and they rectified my medicine and everything. Having lupus and high blood pressure and just getting old, it's not for the faint of heart at all.
No, it's not.
So sometimes every now and then my medicines do take a toll on me, and that's what was happening the day that she brought the pie over. And I was enjoying it until all of a sudden I started getting nauseous, and I was like, I gotta stop.
So Elsie was started on a new blood pressure medicine that has a water pill in it, and it was dropping her pressure too low. So that was causing her to be dizzy and to be nauseated. So therefore the doctor rectified the problem, and she's good to go.
Yeah. I'm 100% better. Just in 2 days, I'm 100% better. I feel so much
Amazing
better.
what happens when you stop taking a blood pressure pill when your pressure's too low. It's amazing. I'm an ER nurse, so I see it every day where things go awry with patients' medications. So
It sucks to get old.
It
Put
does.
it that way.
And God help you if you have to take medicines, especially when they start interacting. Not good for you. Okay, finally, we are at the final stage before we put it in the pans. My God, this cake batter is really good.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty good.
It's going to be worth every last bite, because I am going to put on the top my mascarpone icing. I mix that with powdered sugar and vanilla, and we're going to do that in a little bit. But here I'm going to go ahead and put in our egg whites. We have 5 total, and then we're going to actually at the end we're going to fold it in. And Elsie has a technique. Now, what was that hack you were talking about earlier? You just talked about a hack.
On that, when you made that filling and you let it set up in the refrigerator, when you put the plastic wrap over top, make sure you put the wrap touching the filling so that it doesn't get a skin on it, so that you don't have like a hard skin that forms, because it will.
So instead of putting the plastic wrap over the top like this here on the top, you actually take it and you push the plastic wrap down and touch
touch your filling.
the filling.
Whether it be pudding, whether it be cream or anything, so that it doesn't get a hard skim on the top.
And that keeps it from...
It keeps it soft.
Really? So there you go. That's your hack for the week, guys. So we're going to increase this. are pretty fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want a different spoon?
No. We almost need a different bowl.
Do you want a different bowl?
Might be good to get a different bowl because this is. I don't know if I
Here. Is this bigger
can. Yeah.
for you? I underestimated ourselves here.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a rotating method to folding in your egg whites. And for you bakers out there who love a challenge, this is a great cake to take as a challenge. It's good. It tastes so good. So speaking about putting our hands in many things, we have our hands in the pie with making the Heroes Lunch in November for all the frontline workers and first responders because they don't get enough thanks from all of us.
Mm-hmm.
This year has been a rough year for everybody. I truly don't think there's enough money in the world that you could ever repay most frontline workers and first responders back for taking a hit for the team and putting their lives on the line every single day to make sure that we're all safe.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot to be thankful for. 2020 has been a year of first, and we are really,
In hindsight, 2020 hindsight, we'd all ran if we'd known 2020 was going to be like this. That's for certain.
very true. Yeah, we would have. I
Okay.
say daily we need a refund on our year because it's been a rough one.
Okay.
All right, so we're going to divide them up about 2/3 each one. This is an 8-inch cake pan. And we're going to put them in the oven, 375 for 35-40 minutes, depending on your oven. And then we're going to let them cool. Then we'll put the filling on it, and then we'll put the mascarpone icing on it, and make us a delicious, tasty poppy seed torte. You can do anything with that mascarpone icing. You can put whatever flavor in it you want. If you wanted an almond flavor, we do have almond extract, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
So we'd probably do a little bit of almond extract in with vanilla. What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
We'll do that. Because I think almond would be very tasty with this. It would be a nice offset for this. This is fluffy. Oh God, yeah. Oh my God. Fluffy. This is going to be a very light and airy cake. This is what it looks like. It's going to be very light and airy. Just hit it a couple times on the counter, get all the air bubbles out.
It just makes it bake more evenly by getting the bubbles out. That way you don't have any deflation. Okay, I believe.
Now you could put parchment paper in the bottom of this. We did not today. Usually we line it with parchment paper, especially if it is a very delicate cake, but we did not today. So we'll go ahead and put it in the oven, and we'll see you when we come back when we're ready to decorate. So it is Emergency Nurses Week, and I wanted to say thank you to every frontline nurse, tech, and doctor out there working the fight for COVID-19. I am an ER nurse and have been for many, many years. And I have to say, this year, all of the vendors, the doctors, the hospital staff, everybody has gone above and beyond the call of duty to show us their appreciation. On an average day this past week, we've had 3 and 4 different vendors bringing in cupcakes, pizzas, sandwiches from Chicken Salad Chick, from all kinds of different businesses. And we're so grateful for that. So I wanted to go ahead and do something special for our poppy seed torte. And I'm going to go ahead and put in 8 ounces of our mascarpone cheese. And we're going to do a 1/2 cup of granulated sugar. The reason why you do that, you're gonna cream this until it's nice and smooth. And I always have told you this, I put my bowl and my whisk or my paddle in to the freezer for like 10-20 minutes. I put it in 20 minutes because this is a bigger bowl. And you put it in there for about 20 minutes to chill. So it absolutely makes it nice and cold, and it just helps to keep the ingredients well combined. Doesn't melt your cheese, it doesn't melt your whipped topping. We're going to put in heavy cream also. And I'm going to go ahead. This is such a thick, smooth cheese. And stick it to my fingers. And we're going to go ahead and whip this up and get this started. And we'll go from there. And I'll see you when we come back. Okay, so I am now going to just sweep down my sides. I've learned a lesson with this new mixer is you have to shut it off to keep from taking off your arm because these blades are so powerful in here. So I'm just going to go ahead and sweep the sides down here real quick. And we're going to restart it, and then I'm going to start adding in my heavy cream. And my vanilla almond mixture. Now with this combination, a little bit goes a long way. When I say that, I mean it. A little bit goes a long way with this. So I'm making this ahead of time. So we have this to go into the freezer. And when we get ready to make the cake and start decorating it, it'll be nice and stiff. Okay guys, so I think we're almost to the consistency of stiff cake. See how this looks? We'll go ahead and take a peek here. As you know, our kitchen's always busting. Oh, that's pretty. Look at those stiff peaks. Oh yeah. Perfect icing. I'm telling you guys. And it has the right amount of almond in it and the right amount of vanilla in it. So it's a 1/4 teaspoon of almond and a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla for this recipe. And I'm telling you, it will knock your socks off. It is going to be perfect for our poppy seed torte cake. And I can't wait for you guys to see it when we're done. Hey guys, so we are putting our filling on top of our poppy seed torte, and this here is just enough. It's just perfect enough for this. And I'm going to go ahead and use our offset spatula to just smooth it out. And we're going to turn it around. Okay guys, It's Debbie and Elsie. So we are here putting on the filling on our poppy seed tort, and it is pretty darn good. I think this is going to be an excellent cake. Thank you, Kathy, for recommending this and also asking us to do it. It is a labor-intensive type cake, but it's not something that you want to make every day. It is definitely
A special occasion or something.
a delicious cake.
Yeah, it is good.
So this is our top to go under our, ooh, we probably need to get that other, here. Look at Elsie. She is a winner chicken dinner.
Line it up.
There we go.
There you go.
All right, so we have our filling here on the sides, and I'm just going to smooth it down because what we're going to do is we're going to put mascarpone icing over top of it. So we're back. Elsie and I decided our new slogan is going to be "Real cooks have messy aprons." We're always a mess when we put this into the washer. It's, oh God, our poor aprons are a train wreck, and it shows. But you know what? That's what good cooking is. Good cooking is providing that extra love for your family through delicious food. Okay, so piping this on. So the mascarpone, you want it to have stiff peaks. I put it in the freezer just so it would hold up its shape. So I've got my little silicone bag for icing, and I got a spoon here so I can dip it and put it in here. So we have there we go. We didn't want to go in there for a second. Maybe it was too stiff. This is a really delicious icing. I did add some almond extract into it. Just a little bit, just a hint. So poppy seeds and almond go well together. It's one of those things that are, there's a good marriage between the two. So you take your piping bag, you push it down, and then you take it, twist off at the top. And that helps to keep it from squirting out the top. And it also helps to guide it down. So I'm going to start piping on the top here around in a circle. And then I'm going to take my offset spatula and smooth it out. This is a very thick, rich icing. You could just take it with your spatula and put it directly on the top if you wish. You don't have to do it with a silicone bag, or you don't even have to use a silicone bag at all. You can use a Ziploc bag if you don't have anything available, and just make it like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and then smooth it out here, and we're going to just kind of smooth it around. Okay guys, so I've got the icing on the side, so now I'm just going to start smoothing it out with our offset spatula. Start making it as smooth as we can. Once I'm done, then I'll clean up the sides down at the bottom. But I just wanted to
It's looking pretty.
get this here nice and even. can do with this cake so many things. And we'll go ahead and we'll maybe use a smaller bag to be able to do a little bit of designs on it, and that way we can give it a little decor. Yeah. Get it looking pretty.
We're gonna explore here. I'm gonna go get me some food coloring.
Oh, cool.
And give that our.
Oh, you're talking about our
design.
Design. Oh, yeah.
We can put some food coloring in that rest of that icing right there, and you can make some colored roses or something.
Okay. Cool.
So we will try it.
Okay guys, so Elsie and I are going to play around a little bit. So I went ahead and iced the sides down off camera because you do not want to judge me on my skills. But I made it look pretty, so it looks nice and even, and it's pretty even. So I don't want you to see my skills.
So I come up with the idea that she's going to make some little flowers on there, you know, little with the decorating tips. So I come up with the idea to food color the mascarpone icing. So we're going to try that. I've got some food coloring here.
And this is Roger's grandma's little piggies.
Little canisters. They are a place of honor in our house now. We love Granny dearly. We just lost Granny on 9/11. She was 94 years old. And we received that about 2 weeks ago. So we put it to use because it's just too cute not to use. But we didn't want to be able to be continually using because we didn't want to break them. But we wanted them where we could use them, so we put our cake decorating tips in them and put them on the shelf.
What do you think?
Mm-hmm.
One thing about it, cooking is not a clean job because I end up going home with icing in my hair. Hold that for me.
Mm-hmm.
We like watching this one baker, chef, or extraordinaire. Her name is Erin McDowell. And she has so much knowledge about doing stuff on cakes, pies, biscuits. We enjoy her immensely. Elsie and I started following her on YouTube. She is just amazing. So many hack tricks she has to try to make your life a little simpler and easier. What do you think?
I think it's pretty.
And I'm Debbie.
With Two Sisters Southern Cooking.
We thank you for visiting our page.